So Kristen in Marsville, scope of work, going to be a couple different items, so check the notes for what she accepts. So starting in the backyard, access, you got a double wide gate. I'm going to measure it. Regardless, you can at least get the dump to there to shorten the trip to the dump. You might even be able to, I guess you got stone there, so maybe not. Probably just right to the gates and open them up. Anyway, so back in this area, basically just looking for clean slate back here, and she wants to get this as level as possible back here. They're looking to put the house on the market in the next month or so. So they just want to kind of clean up a couple items that are kind of eyesores. So portion one will be the backyard here. So cutting all this out. So looking at it, it's mostly there's a lot of like down branches and brush, it looks like, and then a lot of weedy growth. But then outside of that, there is some dirt and such here that we would probably have to haul away a good bit of it, because like I said, it feels like once you cut all this brush out, it's just kind of lumpy with topsoil and fill dirt and crap. So kind of wants it just level. So we probably would have to get rid of a good bit, maybe try to spread out and flatten out what is salvageable and is here. I don't think we'll need to bring in any new stuff because she wasn't worried about seeding or anything. She basically just wants this eyesore to be flat and clean slate there. So that's one item. Second item will be all this growth that's growing along the fence here. Basically just looking to, move all this stuff obviously and just kind of cut it all out. Brush cut it, string trim it, and then I would say spray the area the best you can to help slow down regrowth. So all here, cut it, string trim it, and then spray it out. The other thing, and we'll do this in the front yard, so I'll probably just price it all as one, is edging. So just use the metal edger attachment that we don't really use much, but cut a nice fresh edge, because they said like their string trimmer just kind of doesn't do it quite, and it's kind of overgrown a little bit. So probably best would be take the metal edger attachment and just run it along here even a couple times, and then maybe even you might have to come with a straight edge shovel just to dig it out a little bit and get rid of whatever's growth is coming onto the sidewalk here. And then down there you got some pavers. Can't see with the shadow, but there's just some pavers by the grill. We can just string trim it out, any growth there, and then any growth of these little cracks, just try to clean that up for them. Probably if you want, when you hook them up, you probably don't even need the edger for this, just a string trimmer. Just give them a good nice edge here as well. So that'll be another portion. Alright, and then this area, so we'll move these cedar wood. I don't know if we can take this with us or not. They might want to keep it, I don't know. She wasn't specifying take it away, but maybe if they want to get rid of them, we want to hook them up. Maybe if not, we'll just move them. But anyway, this area, just looking to clear it out. So I would string trim it down, string trim it down, but then rake out whatever debris. There's some debris here in the clippings. Don't want to just string trim it down and have a bunch of clippings laying over. So if you do that, rake it out. Could even bring like a push mower and just push mow it with a bagger, maybe. It might be even easier, but whatever. Either way, string trim it, rake it out, clear it out. Just kind of cleaning up that area. Then moving to the front, similar situation with the edging, same thing as back there, a little more dramatic out here obviously. So just looking for a good edge of their sidewalks. This sidewalk looks like it's cracked. So right here you could just use a string trimmer and just edge that, but the rest of it, take your metal edger all along the sidewalk, or I'm sorry, the curb and the sidewalk, same deal. I would go through it, hit it a couple times. There's a couple inches at least of overgrowth, so just chop it back and forth a couple times. Same thing along the walkway with the pavers. Take a straight edge shovel, kind of dig out the growth and get rid of it. And then same thing down here, obviously kill out, give them the first cut, hook up, kill out all the growth that's growing along the curb, and then string trim out all the growth that's in here in the cracks really good, and try to really get in there, because they said they've done it a couple times, it just comes back. So really try to get deep in there to cut it out. And then lastly, spray the cracks. And when you're spraying, be very careful. Get very close when you're spraying. I would avoid like this general area on each side just to avoid it getting in the grass, but spray it real dense in here to help avoid it from coming back so quick. So that's all here, probably goes to there. Same thing here. Really get in there, cutting these out with the string trimmer. So that's another portion. And the last portion is your standard mulch install, bush trimming. So up front, we're gonna do black mulch, pruning of the boxwoods, give them a nice round shape, pruned up shape. And then this side actually looks pretty good. You could rake out some of this like dirt. It's kind of heavy already. But any weeds, get rid of some of this stuff and then come in with nice fresh black mulch. Make sure definitely go heavy on the preen. I want to try to have it looking good for when they put it on the market. Any weeds, pull out. Weeds are a little heavier over here. Rake out the debris. Obviously trimming. This one, we want to keep the flowers. All the flowers we want to keep, but then we'll have to pull all the tall weedy stuff that's kind of growing through it. So a little more meticulous in this area with weeding it out and cleaning it up. And then these hydrangeas that are kind of burned out, just try to get them, like even if you took hand snips or something, and just snipped out some of the dead stuff so you can hide as much as that brown as possible. These should come back in the fall, but just try to clean them up, look presentable, clean all this out, rake it out, clean it out, trim it, and then black mulch install. And that's it.